The cultural shift and the economic shift is what we've watched over the last several decades in cities like Los Angeles. When I started in NHS in the late 80s, early 90s, the neighborhood I started in was 85% African American. Within 5 years, it was more than 70% Latino. In LA County, we have the second highest people population of most groups outside of their native country. That's really significant, and it's had a huge impact on how people get along, when they get along, do they get along, and it matters in our work. This is the time for us to speak up about issues of race and culture and how we have opportunity to blend them. Let's organize to make our neighborhood better. Let's learn to get along. Let's look at the infrastructure, and if it's not the same as it is in some other neighborhoods, how do we get that?
It's not an organization that is like a quick fix. They're involved in community development. They have constant events in the community to make it better.
Our work is really to keep an open mind and to be willing to change and adapt all the time, and that's been part of our success. The space we're in is the Future Center for Sustainable Communities, and it's a vision property.
Compton is a very diverse place, but still divided. We need more places where people can have life intersection. Places like the building we're in now, where people can come and get to know each other, share resources, share ideas, start businesses together, live in the same community, and get to know each other.
We're trying to create a hub for families coming together to not only access certain kinds of services to make their community great, but to also work together to push for making Compton a better place to live.
There's probably going to be a dozen different agencies here working together.
With them giving us a community center, gardens, things of that nature, it's a lot easier for people to come together, meet more people, and stay connected.
For the communities NHS serves, what I would like to see is that people feel empowered to participate. How do we utilize the resources we have to make a sustainable community that our children and their children can be proud of? Those are the things I'd like to see in neighborhoods throughout LA, and that in fact, it carries on for generations.
For us, race and culture is very fundamental, not just to our neighborhood, Little Tokyo, but also to the work that we do here at the Little Tokyo Service Center. We see Little Tokyo very similar to other neighborhoods of color here in Los Angeles, that their origins kind of came out of a period where there was much racism.
Today, what's the biggest challenge facing Little Tokyo and many other neighborhoods of color in Los Angeles is gentrification and displacement. Directly across the street is a former site where over 1,000 units of housing and over 25% of Little Tokyo's commercial storefronts was once located. What we're advocating for is a more inclusive planning process from the very beginning that's grounded in meaningful community engagement and accountability. So we're standing in front of the San Pedro Firm Building, the very first affordable housing project that LTSC developed in 1991.
We also built Casa Hewa with 100 units for families and also low-income seniors.
She's lived here with her children and raised her children here, and now her grandchildren live with her as well.
Because a lot of our staff are actually from the community as well, they also have the sensitivity in terms of what some of the challenges are and also like how to approach some of that from a community perspective versus from a clinical perspective. So we're very fortunate in that regard, because for us, it really is meeting the community where they're at and responding to their needs versus trying to impose these sort of solutions from our end.
The big campaign that the community is working on is a shared vision called Sustainable Little Tokyo, which looks at sustainability in the broadest sense possible. So it's looking at sustaining the local economy here in Little Tokyo. It looks at promoting environmental sustainability. We're looking to figure out how we can preserve the rich culture that's embedded here in Little Tokyo. And lastly, we're also trying to promote social equity, or to ensure that all stakeholders are able to truly benefit from all this new investment that's coming into Little Tokyo today. We feel that thriving, vibrant neighborhoods require more than just housing, but also arts and culture. So we converted this church into a multi-purpose performing arts space.
We've also included in the commercial storefront a congregate care site for some of the local seniors to come to and engage in different arts and crafts.
She thinks it's really important that we keep developing and keep changing in a good direction.
What we really appreciate about NeighborWorks is there's a deep commitment to place, but they also recognize that race and culture also are part of the essence of what our places are. So they very much support a deeper exploration in terms of how we kind of strengthen that tie as well.